Hi guys, and welcome back to Welsh Wargaming. Today I just like to talk about my next project, as I finished my 8th Army Force, which I wanted to paint up. So I'm back to my Germans. So I started working on some metal SS squad with German winter gear. I want to do it with a bit of a mix, so it shows like they sort of grabbed winter clothing as they're going along. So I've done some brown coats, I've done some white camouflage smocks and stuff like that. In the back you can see a few grenadiers from the Band of Brothers box set, which I've made up with just rifles just to throw in as spare men. I do like to have like spare a lot of options when I'm making lists. I tend not to stick to the same list all the time. I've got these, the German Infantry Winter Box. There's another 30 infantry. Nice looking box, all in great coats, which are pretty sweet. So I'm looking forward to painting them, getting them on the table. I've got just generic Blitzkrieg German infantry. It says early to mid, but I tend to use them to fill the gaps. So I'll probably make 10 with SMGs, a couple of light machine guns. I'll probably make a couple of commanders out here with bits and bobs I got it from the SS kits and that. Basically just to pack my options out so I can field more riflemen. I can field small SMG squads, and also I have got a Panther. The reason I've got a Panther is because we're doing an Eastern Front series of games, and the Russian player has got an IS-2 and a KV-1 and a few T-34s, so I needed a bit more muscle in my army. I've got a Tiger and I've got a few Stugs and a Hector, but we're going to need something a bit more tastier to take on the IS-2. I got this from eBay for £9 I think, posted. So I thought, I'll give it a shot. I've never really did them before, but I tell you what, an absolute amazing kit. I've looked at them new and they're quite pricey, to be honest with you, but they look amazing. I haven't finished building it yet, but I don't know if you can see that properly. But they are really nice, really nice. And it's inside. There's a floor, different floors. Really nice kit. So that's a nice addition to our train. It also comes with a blown up version of it as well. I'll probably use this as a ruined building, so a bit of a 2-for-1 really. Like I've got the same sort of kit, but it's like a warehouse coming as well, which I got from the same guy on eBay who was just selling them off cheap, and I managed to win the bids, so I was happy with that, to be honest with you. I bought this, the Campaign Battle of France book. It is a lovely book. One of the main reasons why I did buy it, so, you know, you could adapt these missions to any game really. You don't have to play with the theatre select, as they say. We tend to just throw whatever forces we want at really. It is nice to play like a bit more of a historical campaign, but you've got to have such a focused army to do this. I find it quite. I don't really want to just paint up an army just to play a couple of games, like, so we tend to just throw in what we got and sort of still play the mission, which, you know, is still fun, like, but it's a nice book. But the main reason is because of this. If I can find it, the Company Commander Rules. It's basically a guideline to your own campaign. So you basically build a company, HQ section. There's minimums, so not one major captain, as we see there. But we've modified it slightly. So what we've said is you've got to have a company HQ and a minimum of 2 platoons. But we're going to use the standard boat action platoon. So you can put whatever you want. So a lieutenant, 2 squads, and then 1 of each from the selectors. 4,000 points overall. So once you've got your minimum platoons and company HQ, you can build as many other platoons as you want. But it do come with a bit of risk of what you put in it, because the way it works is before the game you roll a dice, and on a 1 it's a patrol or a skirmish, so it's a 500 point game each. 2 to 4 is a company assault, so you split the company up and you basically mark them A, B, C, D, whatever, and then work out the dice roll. So then you roll in, so 1 to 2 would be 4's A, so that could be just like your standard platoon, a couple of infantry squads, nothing major. Your opponent could roll, it could be his tank platoon, so you could be facing 3 Shermans with, you know, 3 infantry squads and a Panzerschreck and whatever you. So you've got to think about how you actually build your platoons, because you've got to be able to deal with anything really. So I'm having fun building my platoons. So we're not going to reveal too much because we're trying to keep it a secret of what we're actually doing. I would like to record our first battle, which is Monday, which kicks off the campaign. So hopefully that turns out alright, and I can stick it on YouTube, and then you can have a gander, and if you like it then I'll continue. You have got to keep track of wounds, and you can, whatever you lose from units at the end of the game, you can roll, and I think on a 5 or 6 infantry you get them back. And then you got something like called logistical points, which if you win a game you get 250 logistical points, I believe it is. If you just play a game, you get 150, and then you can use them points to roll again. So like, you know, if you're talking, if you lost a Tiger tank, which is like what, 400 points basically, then you'd have to play a few games to get enough points to be able to roll for it again, which they don't come back until like on a 5 or a 6, I think it is, something like that. So yeah, so you can put them all in if you want to, inexperienced, and then throughout the campaign you get experience points, so your regular troops could turn veteran, you know, after like 1 or 2 games, so your points value doesn't change, because then, so obviously you pay for regular troops, but as you're playing they could become veteran in later games, which, you know, is pretty cool to be honest. Like you obviously gotta try and mark down everything, so I'll probably do mine on my laptop, get a bit of a spreadsheet going. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. I think veterans, I think you get so many points, you get a bonus skill. So yeah, like rapid fire, tough. You become tough fighters. You get stubborn, first aid. So yeah, so should be pretty cool if we actually get to do it. Oh, it is. Look, logistical points. Lost a battle, you get 150 points even if you lose. If you draw, 200 each, and if you win, you get 250. So if you win 2 games, it's 200. That's 500 points. You know, that's a Tiger tank, potential for Tiger tank, because you have got to roll to see if you get it back. Here's the rolls. So 1d6 for each missing man. On the roll of a 6, a replacement arrives. That's a request, or soft skin vehicle, an armoured vehicle. So obviously, if you lost 6 men out of a squad, you roll 6 dice. Any 6s, they come back for free, and then you can choose to spend logistical points to get them. I think the points work like, so if like a normal regular infantry is 10 points, you have to use 10 logistical points to roll again to see if they come back. You can roll for determine if they come back the same level. So like you had a veteran squad and you had to put a lot of new recruits in it, you might roll, and they may come back as green infantry, they might come back as normal infantry. So yeah, it's a pretty nice idea. We've played around with it a little bit. So when we come to doing our actual missions, the majority of them we've probably played from the main rule book. But I made these a couple of months ago just to spice the games up a little bit. So what they sort of are is mission cards. So the idea behind this is each player gets a deck of these at the beginning of the game, shuffles them. You could roll a 2d6 to determine how many cards you get, and then these are your objectives throughout the game. So you put 6 objectives down. So this one is taking hold objective 5. These would be kept secret from the enemy, so they don't know what you got and you don't know what they got. So you're trying to score these throughout the game, they're trying to score their own, and then we're trying to work out what you're trying to score and trying to stop you from scoring. So neutralise enemy armour. So leave no armour on a field of battle. If the enemy hasn't got no armour, what we said was you can discard this because you physically can't. Well, you can't, technically you can't score it because you've got no armour. But the idea behind this is to actually destroy a piece of armour. So if you haven't got any armour, you could just discard this and draw it again. That's when this come off. So it seems to work pretty well. So pin them down, stop the enemy advancing. Like, so I didn't want them too easy to score. I wanted them quite hard. No, I didn't want you to be able to score like 12, like 10 out of 12. They are quite challenging, some of these. But I did make a few for each side. I don't know if you can see, but the British ones got a little crest. I'll show you the German ones now. The German ones are the same base missions, but I've worded them slightly different. These are the German ones. So for the Führer, so successfully charge, and I think the British version of this is like for King and Country or something like that. So successfully charge and destroy in close quarters one enemy unit by the end of the battle. So pretty straightforward. Take the strong point, destroy all of the enemy's infantry support units by the end of the battle. So that's stuff like mortars, machine gun nests, pin them down, overwhelm, control more objectives than the enemy at the end of the battle. Taking objective 6, you get the idea. Objective 2. So yeah, they work really nice, to be fair. Like these ones are in a pretty better condition because what I've done is I've actually taped them to some black card. I had to sit in sellotape with the black card. It took me ages, to be honest with you. So my plan is to do them with a British as well. I think I'll incorporate these in our campaign. I think it'd be nice if a mission or two you get to just you get to choose your objective really randomly, but I find some of the bolt action missions from the books, they're a little bit it's hard to describe, but not boring, but they end in a draw quite a lot. It's quite hard to win them because like sometimes it's like, oh, you got like rescue a down pilot. Well, it's in the middle of the table, so you end up just sitting there waiting for someone to make a move. Whoever do make a move usually gets blasted off the table before they even get to it, and it ends in a draw anyway. So these cards were made just to give the game a bit more dynamic feel to it. So like you got your objectives and it's up to you how you go about achieving them. So I think I played a game before and one of my objectives was to get so many units off the enemies, I think it's called Blitzkrieg, off the enemy's side of the board. So I sacrificed like a tank and a Hanomag to get off the board, so I scored that objective. So it's it works pretty well as well. So I'm hoping you'll see them in a few videos in the future. So so thanks for listening. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause it, I'm going to go to the garage and I'm going to just quickly show you the teddy bear battle mat that I've been working on. So yeah, so welcome back. Out to my garage. This is the teddy bear fur battle mat that I'm working on. It's just a little bit bigger than a 6x4. It's just like a cloth with obviously it's teddy bear fur. I made it a little bit sort of stick stuff underneath to make some hills, some undulations in it. Not too hard to make, to be honest. It's time consuming combing the paint and cutting down the fur because it was quite long. I didn't want it too long, so the model sort of sat on top of it. But it's I'm happy with it anyway, for what it is like. Yeah, I don't know if you, in an earlier video I did mention I had the teddy bear fur to do it, but I hadn't got round to it. But the other day I had a free day, so I cut it into just over the 6x4, and yeah, so painted it up. So well, you might see this in a battle report soon. Get some terrain on it, and I'm hoping it'll look pretty good with buildings, roads, forests. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate you watching, and I do like to read your comments. Any constructive feedback is always welcome, as I'm pretty new to this, making YouTube videos. especially battle reporting. The last one got a bit carried away in playing, so the next one I bought a bit of a kinky stand for my phone, so I think the next one and try and get a bit more action shots of it throughout the game. So yeah, so happy hobbying.